So what does adding significant value actually mean in YouTube terms? Right now, even if all your videos are original, your channel can still get hit with inauthentic content if YouTube believes it lacks significant value. But what kind of value are they looking for, and how much value is considered enough? That is the frustrating part, because YouTube never gives creators a completely direct answer. Sometimes if we look closely enough, we can clearly understand what they mean by no value and why certain channels end up getting demonetized. We all notice it. Deep down, we already understand the difference, but most people avoid saying it openly because they do not want to sound rude or disrespectful toward other creators. And at the same time, even channels that genuinely provide strong value can still get mistakenly demonetized by the system. The difference is that creators who truly add value usually have a much better chance of winning an appeal and getting monetization restored if they handle the appeal process correctly. That is why it is extremely important to genuinely add value to your content, so you actually have something to stand on when arguing with YouTube, during an appeal, or even publicly on Twitter. But the big question is how much significant value is actually enough. Let's start with level 1, because this example is very easy to understand. I have noticed that creators who keep their channels professional and avoid flooding their content with shorts rarely get caught up in mass demonetization waves. Movie reviewer channels are a perfect example. Many of these channels use almost entirely movie footage in their videos, yet they still stay monetized. Sometimes they even place an entire movie trailer at the beginning of the video before starting their breakdown or analysis. The reason these channels remain safe is because their topic and overall context provide strong, significant value. In fact, these channels are often safer than basic movie reaction channels. A movie breakdown or analysis is generally considered more original and more valuable to viewers than simply reacting to a film in real time. That is why reaction channels constantly deal with copyright claims, while movie review and breakdown channels are usually left alone. At the same time, just showing your face on camera and proving that you are a real person does not automatically mean your content adds more value than a faceless channel. Those movie review channels could even switch to AI voices and still be considered more valuable than a basic reaction channel. Reviewing or breaking down a movie actually provides value to viewers and even helps promote the movie itself. Movie studios love those kinds of channels. Some reviewers are even invited to premieres for major franchises like Marvel. The AI detection system usually leaves them alone because their scripts are unique. You are never going to find two movie review channels covering the same film with identical opinions unless they are directly copying each other. Level 2 is a little more confusing, but still understandable. If you have ever watched a channel like Daily Dose of Internet, you might wonder how a 20 million subscriber compilation style channel stays monetized when it mainly consists of short clips with minimal commentary. The reality is that once channels become extremely large, there are often business deals happening behind the scenes. I'm not saying that specific channel has one, but many major creators become protected through whitelisting because they are connected to large networks or companies that help them secure sponsors. These corporations often have legal teams working directly with YouTube in order to protect partner channels. I know this because one major reaction creator recently revealed that he was dropped by one of those corporations. Only one day after losing that protection, all of his older reaction videos related to the anime attack on Titan suddenly started receiving copyright claims. Many of the anime series he reacted to are now blocked or claimed worldwide. So just because you see a large creator making seemingly easy content does not mean you can safely copy the same format. A lot of those channels are protected by special treatment behind the scenes. Level 3 is what I call the YouTube target zone. Some people wonder why certain low-value channels remain monetized, while entire niches like horror storytelling, sleep stories, Roblox content, or animation channels suddenly get mass demonetized. The reason is because YouTube often targets specific categories all at once. Even if their AI system makes terrible mistakes and catches completely original creators, they are not going to openly admit it. Right now, they are developing systems designed to identify patterns at scale. If they publicly admit their detection system is flawed, it damages the company image. They would rather quietly sacrifice smaller creators as collateral damage than admit the system made mistakes. If your content falls into a gray area and your channel is small, without a large audience or Twitter presence, you are much more likely to become collateral damage. Remember that the employees handling appeals or public complaints usually do not want to admit the system failed either. Many appeals get rejected because acknowledging mistakes could reflect badly on the people who developed or managed the AI detection systems. To protect themselves, they continue rejecting appeals while silently adjusting the system later behind the scenes. Level 4 is AI content. This category gets demonetized constantly because YouTube often assumes these channels are mass-produced and low value. But then people ask why some AI channels still survive. The answer usually depends on how professional the presentation is and how clear the topic feels. If the system detects AI-generated scripts, AI images, and AI-generated video altogether, it will inspect the channel very aggressively. However, if the content still feels organized, focused, and non-spammy, it may remain safe. For example, a channel like Everything Professor with 400,000 subscribers manages to stay monetized, while many similar channels fail. The ones that usually get hit are barely editing at all. Most of the time, it is just static PNG movement with minimal effort. There is nothing inherently wrong with simple animation, but the AI system identifies low-effort patterns very quickly, and it weakens your defense during an appeal. Since the editing quality is low, the scripts are often likely generated directly from AI without any real structure or personality added to them. If you simply ask AI to write a script based only on a title without adding human direction or personality, YouTube's AI may flag it, because thousands of other creators may have generated almost identical scripts. The successful larger channels stay safe because their editing style is stronger. Every image matches the topic, there is enough movement, and they avoid recycling footage repeatedly. Some creators who pretend to be innocent after demonetization are also hiding low-effort methods behind the scenes. Just look at those AI-generated home renovation or decoration videos. You cannot seriously argue that those videos provide meaningful value. Calling them entertainment already feels questionable. They pretend to be real renovation content. But if you're presenting it as actual construction, then viewers should see real humans doing the work instead of fake AI-generated visuals. If someone is defending this type of content and insisting it deserves monetization, then honestly, they have lost touch with reality. The same applies to those fake AI volcano eruptions or tornado videos. If you claim a video shows a volcanic eruption, then it should show a real volcano, not an AI simulation pretending to be real-life footage. Presenting AI-generated scenes as reality is not only inauthentic, but also misinformation. It should not even need explaining because the difference is obvious. Level 5 is the most obvious category. Some channels provide absolutely no value, yet still act surprised when monetization gets denied. For example, I saw a shorts channel based entirely around mixing paint colors. Normally, this could count as educational content because it teaches children what happens when you mix blue with white or other combinations. That is perfectly fine. But then there are channels that fake the colors or spam famous characters for attention. They draw recognizable characters and pour paint over them without teaching anything meaningful. What exactly is the viewer learning from that? Nothing. It is simply keyword bait designed to attract clicks because a popular character appears on screen. Even worse, some videos deliberately fake results like mixing black and white paint, but magically turning it red. At that point, it is not just low-value content anymore. It becomes deceptive because the creator is intentionally misleading viewers purely to increase watch time. Level 6 is bad habits. Some creators look completely original on the surface. They show their faces, use their real voices, and most of their videos appear perfectly monetizable. But what they do not mention is that somewhere deep on their channel, they may still have a few problematic uploads hidden away. Maybe they forgot those videos existed or assumed a handful of questionable uploads would never matter. Back in older eras of YouTube, you could upload a few cheap videos or risky clips, and still remain monetized without any real problems. I used to do it myself all the time. Back in 2020, when I ran a movie review channel, I used to re-upload raw movie trailers, and the channel still stayed monetized. I even earned money from those raw clips. But YouTube has become much stricter nowadays. Even uploading a single raw clip or a partial scene without enough transformation is often no longer acceptable. I have looked at many original creators who genuinely seem confused about why their channels were demonetized, and most of the time the issue comes down to shorts. They upload hundreds and hundreds of them. One major problem is that short creators have developed a habit of using music too freely. Unlike long-form creators, people whose first monetized channels were built around long videos tend to be extremely cautious about copyrighted music and footage. We never really had the luxury of casually using songs however we wanted. On YouTube Shorts, music works more similarly to TikTok, and while that feels convenient, it also creates a dangerous sense of carelessness. Most older YouTubers rarely get demonetized because we carefully think about every minute of our videos before uploading. But many creators moving from TikTok into YouTube Shorts upload huge amounts of content every single day and use copyrighted music without even thinking twice. Eventually, that habit catches up with them. Sometimes all it takes is one problematic upload to destroy the monetization status of an entire channel. The worst part is that YouTube almost never tells creators which exact video caused the issue. You're left guessing because after uploading hundreds of shorts, you probably do not even remember what is inside many of them anymore.